Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different. It's a little more personal. It's about a project I started at the beginning of this year, something that's brought a lot of joy, a few laughs, and some really precious moments into my life. You see this amazing man? This is my dad. He's 89 years young, and let's just say he's lived a full and interesting life. He's got a great sense of humor, a big heart, and historically, absolutely zero experience in the kitchen. Now, my dad has had a few challenges over the years. His eyesight isn't what it used to be. He's blind in one eye since childhood, and about 10 years ago, he was in a really serious accident. A tractor he was driving, it blew up. He suffered severe burns and was in an induced coma for 5 long weeks, so getting around can be a little tough sometimes. Knowing all of this, at the start of the year, I had this idea. What if once a month we had a virtual cooking date, just him and me in our own kitchens, making a meal together over a video call? Let's just say he wasn't exactly jumping for joy at the idea. He was pretty hesitant. I can't do that, he'd say. My eyes aren't good. I've never cooked a thing in my life. And he was right. Growing up, my grandma and then my mom did all of the cooking, even the grilling. But I knew there was a chance. You see, all of those family recipes, they were designed for very busy women. So they're wonderfully simple. Think classic, comforting, dump and stir kind of meals. So for our first culinary adventure, we tackled pork chop casserole. So excited. I'm about to video call my dad. This is going to be our first monthly daddy dinner. I haven't thought of a name for it yet, but what I'm doing is once a month, I am getting on video chat with my dad, and we are cooking together. So his eyesight is starting to go, so I'm trying to use recipes that don't include him having to measure things out in a cup or anything like that. And a lot of these are family recipes that were for busy moms. So they're really, really, really simple. Today we're going to be making pork chop casserole, and this is a recipe that my mom used to make. And it's really, really simple, and the only measuring you're going to do is 1 can of mushroom soup mixed with 1 can of water. So even with poor eyesight, that shouldn't be too difficult. And I'm getting ready to call him, so wish me luck. This is the first time we're setting up his video chat, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Things went mostly smoothly until it was time to chop the potatoes. I started getting a little worried. Was his strength going to be an issue? Was his dexterity not up to it? And then he chuckled and admitted it. He was trying to cut a potato with a carving fork. Turns out with his eyesight, he'd grabbed the wrong utensil from the set. We had a good laugh about that, and once he had a proper knife, he was doing great. What?
I cut that first potato, half of it with a fork. I didn't feel of it. I just pulled it out of the knife rack and said, well, we'll use this.
What was the fork doing in the knife rack?
Well, it's part of a set. It's
Okay.
got a bread knife and a fork and a...
Okay. That's
I thought, should I tell her that? She may not want to work with me anymore.
No, that's awesome.
You'll have to tell your friends, my dad was cooking the other day. You know, he can cut potatoes with a fork. I mean, hard potatoes.
He's amazing. Actually, that makes me feel a little bit better because I was thinking, man, he is having such a hard time cutting those potatoes. I'm really trying him on this. That's awesome. We've definitely had to adapt. He keeps a flashlight handy while he's prepping, and he's become a pro at ordering groceries for delivery from Walmart. But honestly, the cooking and the eating, they're almost secondary. The real magic of these monthly calls is the time we get to just talk. Sometimes it's about what's going on in our lives right now. Other times, it's a trip down memory lane, sharing stories from the past. There's something about being in the kitchen, both of us, focused on a task, that just makes the conversations flow so easily. I know you miss her, don't you?
Had a lot covered. She had an awful lot. Oh, yes, I miss her. Gosh, most of the time I go to bed and I go right to sleep. But once in a while I have one of those moments when I miss her.
And your mind starts...
You could always posting some good pictures, and he'll send me a picture on messaging sometimes of her singing with Elvis Presley.
Oh my gosh. We were at the airport picking up our luggage before heading to the cruise ship, and there was this woman that was there that her face didn't look like Mom's when she finally turned around, but from the side and from the back, she had Mom's body type, Mom's hair, and one of those striped collar, the striped shirts Mom always wore. And I swear I looked over, and for a moment I was like, I know she didn't get on a flight to Australia.
I had one of those moments.
And in our busy lives, setting that specific date and time on the calendar, it's been a game changer. It holds me accountable. There are no "I'm too busy" excuses when it's marked in black and white. We've had our phony moments too, like the time he completely forgot the condensed milk for the strawberry pizza. I had to get really creative and improvise with what he had on hand. I ended up using sour cream and sugar and getting it sweetened up to be similar to condensed milk. And the adventure, he said he loved the pizza, so I guess it worked out okay.
I'm glad I had that sour cream left.
I am too. Well, and again, don't compare it to Mama's, because we did experiment a lot, and
like I said, could be better.
It might be. I'm hopeful. I hope it is. Yeah.
It turned out real good.
I think so too.
I really thought I had screwed up.
Nope. There is no screwing up in cooking. It's.
You can eat it, there is, but I don't know how you could not eat this regardless what you did with it.
I kind of agree, which was why I kind of chose this one, and I also chose it because it was stuff that I had in the cabinet.
Yeah.
With us coming back from the trip, doing a shopping list and all of that would have been a bit much.
When I get over Greer today, I'm going to sit down first thing and get my phone, and I'm going to go research and see what I can find out about that evaporated milk. I know it was here. I made all that other stuff was in the fridge, but I can't think of where else I would have put it except in the pantry.
Well, and it was not in the picture that you took.
Yeah, and I took that stuff out of the fridge and set it over here in the bowls and stuff.
What I also love about this is knowing he's having a real home-cooked meal, not something out of the freezer aisle or a quick, maybe not so healthy option. So far, we've tackled 4 dishes: pork chop casserole, chicken Westmoreland, strawberry pizza, and his latest request, $1 million pie. Yeah, 2 desserts in a row. He definitely has a sweet tooth. I'm going to have to steer him towards something a little more balanced next time. He's getting the hang of the phone thing, bless his heart. I spend a good portion of our calls admiring the ceiling, his chest, one of his fingers. Sometimes the whole screen is sideways. That's a nice finger you just put in front of it. And just last time, during our dinner date, he actually fell asleep while we were talking. So the cheesecake is a truly baked cheesecake, not the easy recipes that Mom used to do with pudding. It's an actual cheesecake. And then I put this as topping over the top. So we'll see how that tastes. If you want to talk about expensive cheesecake, 5 eggs. 5 eggs and 3 blocks of cream cheese. Did you hear me?
No, I was looking at something else. No.
Well, if you're busy, I can go.
No, I think I dozed off. I really did.
I think you might have. But you know what? It's all okay, because what it's really about is collecting these moments, these memories with my dad. You never know how much time you have, and this little monthly cooking date has been such a wonderful, unexpected gift. So that's our story about daddy dinner dates. It's not about being a gourmet chef or creating perfect meals. It's about connection, laughter, and making the most of the time we have with the people that we love. Have you ever started a unique tradition with a loved one? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this peek into my life, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Always an adventure?
Always. If you've enjoyed following along on our journey, the planned stops and the unexpected detours, we'd love for you to join us for our further explorations. Hit that subscribe button below and become part of the When Nerds Learn to Fly crew. We've got more adventures in store, and we can't wait to share them with you. Thanks for exploring with us. Until next time.